Hello, everyone, and welcome to Donna's calls during her stay at the Leon County Jail during her trial. I have her records from August 14th, 2025 through September 8th, 2025. And we might very well be looking at some of Donna and Harvey's last communications. And just as a heads up, Donna only speaks to Jackie Fulford and Harvey Adelson, her husband and unindicted co-conspirator, and her lawyer, Jackie Fulford. She does not talk to Josh Selman at all. And a lot of us had speculated correctly that there were reports of Harvey speaking on the phone to Donna and Charlie. I'm sure that Harvey is probably communicating with Charlie, then relaying that information to Donna in the same hour. These very well might be some of Harvey's last phone calls to Donna. I also wanted to add that these could very well be Harvey's last phone calls to Charlie as well, because we are on Harvey arrest watch and Wendy arrest watch. Also, we saw some very interesting information from Charlie. We saw his call, detail records, a lot of phone calls to Harvey, and some of his friends were still answering the phone. Donna's not talking to any of her friends who testified for her. So they stopped answering the phone around January, you guys, just as a heads up. All right, so let's look at her attempts. She made 221 phone calls, 176 complete. Harvey and Jackie were, for the most part, answering the phone, unless it was like very early in the morning. So about 75% of those phone calls were to Harvey. That was 175 calls to Harvey. That doesn't count the completed ones, just 175 in total. And then there were about 46 phone calls completed and uncompleted to Jackie. So I'm going to go into also post-verdict phone calls. But let's also just take a look at what she spent. She spent about $359. I also obtained Donna's snacks and what is in those big brown bags that were in her transport video. I know that Loophole Lawyer shared from Vince, the lawyer who got Donna's transport video from Wakulla. All right, let's just scroll down, you guys. All right, so I also want to talk about the post-verdict phone calls to Harvey. There were 41 phone calls, and I calculated that it was about 9 hours post-verdict. Let's take a look at this post-verdict. Okay, so we had the verdict on the 4th. So let me scroll down. I believe that they took away her tablet because she was on an unalive watch, and a lot of us were speculating the same thing. But we see that, okay, the verdict happened right here on the 4th. Her last phone call was 7 a.m. They took her tablet away, and there was something in the incident reports that she wanted them to tell Harvey that she's okay. Then the next phone call was 10 a.m. the next morning. Her first phone call was to Harvey, and then also she called Jackie that day too. But I had in the incident reports that she ate some pizza. But I just wanted to mention, post verdict, she speaks on the phone to Harvey for 9 hours. There wasn't that mad scramble like there was with Charlie, which she just did not get off the phone with Charlie at all. So I'm going to get her Wakulla files too. But post verdict, she talked to Jackie only 2 hours. It was interesting to me. There wasn't much for her to say to Jackie, only like 2.4 hours post verdict. But during the trial, there was about 7.1 hours that she talked to Jackie. Not much talking because they were talking in the courtroom. But during the trial, I mean, every time you saw Harvey, God, I don't know how, maybe the weekends they made up for this, but they talked for 37.29 hours during the trial. 37.29 hours that he was on the phone while he's in Tallahassee, quite possibly realizing that this was the last could be some of the last phone calls that he says to Donna. We kind of speculate he might be in touch with Wendy, probably to tie up some loose ends. But all right, guys, that's the information I have. I hope you enjoy these videos, a little behind the scenes. I'm going to tell you Donna's snacks next, and hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. Have a good one.